It is truly one of the greatest songs of all time.
It's a fantastic song.
It's such a good song.
The lesson in it is timeless.
Yeah, I listen to that song and I'm like, I can't wait to be 65 years old.
Yeah.
And just smile.
Well, the best part of the song...
Just hear the gambler come on and smile.
Probably talked about it before, but just like what the scenario is in that song is he's just next to some guy on a train and he's like, give me a cigarette and some of your whiskey. And then he just drinks all of his whiskey and smokes, I think, his last cigarette.
Yeah, that is fucking rude.
And then he's like, let me tell you something. I just play cards for a living. And the trick is you got to know what cards to get rid of and what to keep. And then he dies. And then the guy just fucking dies.
Yeah, that's a rude ass fucking. That's one of the worst Amtrak guys you could be seated next to. He takes your fucking cigarette, he drinks your booze, and then he fucking dies next to you.
In a regular world, that song would be called a mentally ill piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a homeless guy dying next to you. You gotta know when
and
to
somewhere
fuck
in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. What a nice euphemism for dying in your sleep on a train somewhere.
Breaking even.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because they hadn't checked to see that he hadn't paid the fare.
Yeah, I think.
And so then they had to deal with a dead body that was going nowhere other than the city plot. No family to collect his remains.
None of his children love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a small dick.
They don't know.
Gambled away their money.
It's like that movie, The Wrestler. If the character had never even wrestled,
and he didn't get pussy,
and he was just some fucking guy.
At least he fucked Marissa Tomei in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
This guy got no pussy, and his penis was small. You gotta have a bigger penis.
Your dick is way too small.
It's like a nice fat pussy.
Yeah, The Guy with a Big Dick by Kenny Rogers.
If you die with a small dick, you are a faggot.
I was on a train, and some guy with a big dick sat down next to me, and he took a look at my dick.
My little ass dick.
And he said, son, that's pathetic. But there's something you can work with here. We're going to trim up your pubes and give you a dick makeover.
And we're going to liposuction the fat around your dick.
We're going to smash your pelvic bone and have it surgically placed and closer to your asshole. so
we're going to contour your pubes to do the optical illusion.
We're going to cut your dick in half. And in the middle, put material from your thigh. We're going to medically extend your dick. And if anyone asks, you say, let's just turn the lights off. And that's the story of Harvey Weinstein. Steven said to me, we were just like eating dinner and maybe there had been like 5 seconds of silence, and I forget what the conversation had been prior to that. It was about like, you know, I don't know, yeah, Will seems like he's doing well. And then silence, and then him being like, you know, I heard that Harvey Weinstein's dick was fucked up because I think it was because he was trying to make it bigger. And I'm like, well, Steven, what happened?
How long has this been bouncing around your brain?
He truly has a beautiful mind.
Well, it's like it's.
And
if
anyone wants a visual, it's our friend that looks remarkably like Geddy Lee.
It's like it doesn't produce its own thoughts. It's just like it's
real
like
quick.
Just changing.
My name is actually Get Hetty Lee.
That's pretty cool.
But we can keep going.
It's actually Bretty Lee.
No, it's Get Hetty
Lee.
Lee.
And you're married to Sarah Lee.
It's Get Hetty Lee.
Name.
I am married to Sarah Lee because I like cakes and she's got big tits.
No,
but my name is Get Hetty Lee.
She married you for the life insurance policy because she knew how to kill you.
She knew she had 18 months.
Listen. Feed me cakes and smother me with your big fat titties. There's way worse ways to go.
18 months of gritting and bearing sexual encounters with you before.
No, she's got a big smile on her
life
face.
Insurance,
and she wears a lot of. She wears a red
Son,
lipstick.
I made a life out of eating people's pussies, knowing if they were about to come by the way they held their eyes.
You gotta have a bigger penis.
If you don't mind me saying. You look like a faggot.
Please move, sir. is
Can
what
I
he said to
have
me.
$5? Can I have $5? I'm trying to buy a beer in the cafe car. I'm really fucking thirsty, and the cafe car is out of soda.
Yeah.
And I can't drink water because I've got a medical condition, and I'm not just trying to get drunk, but I swear to God, that's the only option.
It's what my doctor said.
The doctors have told me that I have to drink legally, or I will go blind.
I will go blind.
So give me $5. Now I'm not asking, motherfucker. I done sat down here before you. Don't come at me like I came into your world. You gotta pay the toll.
Like I came into your world.
You gotta pay the toll. The get me drunk toll. If you want to sit next to me on the Northeast motherfucking regional, I'm going to Boston to get pussy off Instagram from some bitch who's probably maybe 2 or 3 points lower on the scale than she looks in the pictures. But it turns out she's got a son, which I think means the pussy's ruined. But you don't have to care as much because somebody else already done the damage.
Somebody fucked it up before you. But maybe there's a chance that the doctor sewed it up tighter. And maybe the pussy's actually medically enhanced.
Did I mention she's half Korean? The other half is Spanish. So I guess that kind of breaks even.
You gotta know when to go fold them.
At least she's not Jewish.
No.
Although sometimes that's nice.
It's not bad as a change of pace.
You know, just change it up, and then you think about the fact that they're rich. And then it just becomes a rich person. It kind of offsets the
Being
Jewish.
And sometimes you can fuck them.
The Guy on the Train by Kenny Rogers. I met some fucking guy.
On my way to get some pussy.
I was also getting pussy.
Both of us were getting pussy. But his dick was bigger than mine.
His dick was bigger. But he seemed like a retard. He kept saying all this whack shit. To me, he seemed whack, but then at the end, he would save it.
He would save it at the end.
It was one of those guys you meet where they were taking L's throughout the whole story, and then right at the end, they'd put a stinger on it and made it nice. You gotta love when someone gets nasty with it. On what seems like a fucked up story. Talking about how they wound up in jail, but then in jail somehow they meet like David Hasselhoff or something. I beat up my mom. And I was on probation, but then it turns out my probation officer was the fucking one of the guys that was in the army with my dad. And so we started getting talking. And he introduces me to my dad, who turns out to be gay, but no one at his job knew. So I blackmailed my own dad. In a roundabout way to get child support.
But really, if you think about it, he owed me the money anyway.
He owed me the money, and I spent it on a semi I don't know how to drive. And now I live in the semi, illegally parked in front of Bennigan's.
From time to time, I get pussy from the ugliest bitches on earth.
This is my first time being on a train.
I'm gotta be honest with you, I'm scared.
I'm scared, and I'm 37. I'm really only comfortable incarcerated.
When I get scared, I get horny. I hope that I don't fuck you. But if I do, I apologize. Well, in advance. You gotta suck on a man's dick.
You gotta suck on his penis.
When you get scared.
This is a different part of the song.
You gotta use a man's penis like a pacifier.
You gotta suck on my penis.
I'm gonna skip ahead to the part where I try and convince you to have gay sex with me.
You know what I was remembering the other day was